Hey there, it's Mr. Tush over at Global, and this is a second type of a reaction game that I'm going to show you. Right here, I've got this girl in the corner. She's my feedback girl. This sprite is going to start rolling through the screen, and my job is to hit the right arrow on my keyboard. That's the right arrow on my keyboard, and I want to try to catch this moving sprite inside the black. So I hit the green flag, go to my right arrow, and I'm going to click it. And right now it says poor, and I get poor for hitting the aqua. Orange is good, and then if I can get it in the black, let's see if I can get that. Black should be perfect. And so I've got turquoise, that aqua, and then I've got orange, and then I've got black. You'll notice that each time I do it, I also get a little bit of a flash uh, out of the arrow. So that's not an accident. You'll see that the user put that in. So how does that happen? Let's take a look at that. I'll stop this. The sprite is what's programmed for things. So what's happening now is when I click the green flag, the game starts. And forever, I'm on a forever loop, which means it just starts moving. It changes the Y by 2. Y is the up and down. And by making it a positive 2, I'm going to make it go up. If I make it negative 2, the Y would go down. Watch what would happen. Well, actually, it wouldn't work if I changed it the other way because it would, well, you'll see why. What happens is on a forever loop, it moves the Y up by 2. It waits 2/1000ths of a second. And if the Y position is greater than 150, it sets it back to negative 200. And it broadcasts miss. So it goes all the way through. If the Y position is greater than 150, which is going to be way up here, it broadcasts the miss. Now, when the right arrow key is pressed, if it's touching the turquoise, then it sets it to minus 200, sets it back down here, and it says that I did a poor job. I've got this message that says poor. Otherwise, if it's touching the orange, it sets it back to negative 200, puts it back down here, and broadcasts good. If it's touching the black, then it sends it back down here to minus 200, and it sets perfect. Otherwise, if I miss it completely, and I don't do anything, it sends a broadcast message called miss, same message it sends here. So there's 4 broadcast messages: poor, good, perfect, and miss. It's broadcasting 4 messages. Depending on where this sprite is, because I'm programming this sprite, when I press the right key, if it's touching this color, I get the poor. This color, I get the good. This color, I get the perfect. If I miss it entirely, I get miss. If I let it go and I don't touch it, it also gives me a miss. Now, what does she deal with? Well, she is my response. So right down here, my response in the corner, this sprite. When I receive good, I say good for 1 second. When I receive miss, I say miss for 1 second. When I receive perfect, I say perfect for 1 second. When I receive poor, I say poor for 1 second. And this sprite does the very quick flash. You'll notice that when I give perfect, good, or poor, I got the flash. When I miss it entirely, I don't get the flash. So those are different things that you could do. You could also very easily add scores. So I could say, put in a variable called score. I can make a variable called score. How spelling it correctly is always helpful. And if I put in this variable called score, then what could happen is, as I play this game, I could say, when I receive, let's go over here to when I receive my messages, right? When I receive perfect, I can change score by, let's say that's a 3-pointer. And when I receive good, I could change the score by 2. When I receive poor, I'm going to change my score by 1. And when I receive miss, I'm going to actually lose a point. So that's an easy scoring technique. So I can go in here and let me make this big so I can play it. Now what will happen is, perfect, and I got 3 points, you'll see. I'll do poor. Poor gave me a 4th point. I missed it entirely, it took a point away. I'll miss it again. See, it takes a point away. So those are ways in which you can play this game for score. You could also improve levels by switching to level 2, and level 2 I can make this move faster by adjusting the timing of this kind of thing, changing the Y by 3. If I change this Y to a 4, for example, not 24, that would be insane, but if I change it to 24, watch what happens. Moves a lot faster. So that's why that happens. Now, that's the general idea. That's another way to deal with a timer reaction game. You don't have to just do the clouds. You can have certain feedback loops. And again, remember what we're looking for, because what we're looking for here is we're looking for multiple sprites doing multiple things, score, feedback, levels, things like that. I wish you the best of luck. Good luck. Happy programming. Remember, you can work in pairs.